from the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel. This is a tropical weather update.
Fred Gossage here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center on this Tuesday, July 29th, 2025, with your daily, regularly scheduled tropical weather update, and not a whole lot going on in the Atlantic Basin. We do have some threat areas over into the Eastern Pacific, but that will be moving away from land, not a threat to the United States. So we're not going to focus on that naturally. And our focus is on the Atlantic Basin anyway, and National Hurricane Center not highlighting any threat areas for potential development for at least the next 7 days. We do have some daily convective blow-ups out there, like into the Western Caribbean and into portions of the Gulf, but not a whole lot developing. There's still a ton of wind shear keeping things at bay over the Caribbean, which is why not expecting development there with that persistent thunderstorm activity. We'll watch it as we do everything, but not expecting any development there. We do have some tropical wave activity rolling into the eastern Atlantic that does have some thunderstorm activity persisting with it, but it will be running into that wind shear in the Atlantic Basin as well. So not seeing signs of that developing into the future here as we go forward the next several days. So staying quiet in terms of tropical development here for at least the next 7 to 10 days. The Euro model has been hinting that as we get past the first week or so of August, we may start to see things become a little more favorable. But in a weird turn of events so far this season, we've seen the Euro model have several false starts in the extended range where it said something may become more favorable for development and then it not pan out. And that's usually something the GFS does, but it hasn't been doing that all that much so far this season. It's been the Euro doing that more. We'll continue to watch it, and I do think as we get closer to mid-August and beyond, things will become more favorable, and it may start a little earlier than that. But the main takeaway is we have more than 7 to 10 days into the future before things do try to become more favorable. And for right now, we're not expecting any tropical development, but we have a long way to go in the Atlantic hurricane season. It runs all the way through the end of November. And in a typical year, we usually see 90% or more of our season's development happen after the 1st of August. So we are just getting to the point where, climatologically speaking, we usually start to crank up. Now, some years we certainly do see tropical storms and even hurricanes earlier in the year during July and even June, and sometimes tropical storms even during the month of May. That's nothing too out of the ordinary either, but it's very usual to not really crank things up until August or so. So it being this quiet like this, it's nothing out of the ordinary, and we have a long way to go. The peak of the Atlantic hurricane season, climatologically speaking, is September 10th, and then it runs all the way through the end of November. As always, we'll be watching things carefully.